Hello, I am Riley. I'm our marketing manager here at Garmin for our cycling products, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Edge MTB bike computer made for mountain bikers by mountain bikers. First, let's take a look at what's in the box. So of course you have your new Edge MTB mountain bike computer. You have your Edge mountain bike mount, which has been something we've had for other Edges before, but new, you will have a new Edge MTB top tube mount with a strap that can go around your bike, or you can bolt that quarter turn shim onto your top tube bosses. You'll also have a tether, your data cable, and documentation. Now let's take a look at the Edge MTB hardware. So because this is designed for mountain bikers, we have a more rugged design, and it's more compact than our other Edges in the lineup because of how it has to fit on your mountain bike. So first you're going to notice that 2.1-inch color display, which allows you to see all of your trails and data in great detail, and it's also covered by a Corning Gorilla Glass lens, which makes it more scratch resistant. Those buttons are also going to be overmolded so that it's more resistant to things like mud and water and other elements that you might face while you're mountain biking. The battery life is going to be up to 14 hours in intense use cases, and then up to 26 hours in those battery saver mode use cases. So when you're first getting started with Edge MTB, turning your device on, you'll be walked through a ton of prompts on the device. So that includes what your language is, and then it'll prompt you with the QR code that you can scan, and it'll open up Garmin Connect for you to start setting up your device. From there, you can connect it, verify the numbers on the device and on your phone match, and then you're ready to get going. From here, you can also select whether you want to receive phone notifications. I personally don't love to have phone notifications while I ride, so I always say don't allow, and then it'll walk you through the next steps. I'm going to skip my cycling types right now. I can choose what sensors I have. So do I have a heart rate monitor, power meter, cadence sensor? I only ride with a heart rate monitor and power meter, so I'm going to say next. And then from here, it'll start syncing the device. Now let's look at how we can modify all of our data pages and all of the data fields within each page. Let's use the Enduro Profile as an example. I'm going to navigate over to our menu, my activity profiles, and my Enduro Profile. Here you can select whether you want to modify a data screen or the specific data fields within each data screen. I'll just show you the Enduro main page right now. So once I click on this page here, it'll give me an option to either remove it to show the screen while I'm riding, or you can disable it while you're doing this specific profile. But if you would like to change your data fields, you can navigate down to the layout and all of those data field options. Here you can select that on this top part, if you only want to see 1 or 4 or 2 or 3. And then clicking that next section, you can select what you would like to swap each data field to. So maybe instead of lap time, I want to see my total time. This is where you can navigate to all of the options. And that also includes things like elevation, navigation, performance, graphics, and other things like calorie intake. Let's just say that I want to see my timer first though, overall, instead of lap time. So now you can see that that's updated to my timer. And then here you'll also see those ascent and descent totals for the Enduro Profile overall. So now I'm going to save it and say that I'm ready to go. Done. Now when I'm ready to ride, I'll be able to see my total time versus my lap time on that specific screen. Now we're going to take a look at our Enduro mountain bike profile. So as you know, Enduro riders are transitioning from a descent all the way down the mountain, all the way riding back up to the top. So the benefit of this is that these riders can see how much ascent from their ride they've totaled so far, as well as their descent totals. So after they finish the ride, they can see total ascent and total descent, as well as their speed on each run, and just their run summary overall. So on these screens, again, you'll be getting 5 Hertz GPS while you're descending. It's automatically enabled. You do have to hit the lap button when you hit the bottom of the descent to have the Edge MTB start tracking your ascent distance and totals there as well. However, you do get the benefit of having that 5 Hertz GPS to track really, really narrow positioning accuracy for you. So when you first start the Edge MTB Enduro Ride Profile, it will ask you whether you're climbing or descending. So are you starting at the base of the mountain and headed up to the top of your run, or are you starting at the top of a run, ready to go and descend? So we'll just pretend like I'm climbing to the top for now. So then once I get to the top of my run, I will hit that lap key, and it'll have all of my totals here in real time so I can keep track of that, and then start into my descent. And then when I hit the bottom of the mountain, hit that lap key, and now I can see all of my descents from that one run. So you can do this over and over if you're spending a whole day out at the ski resort, bike park, whatever that may be, to just better gauge those totals and see your ride data overall. Now let's take a look at the downhill ride profile. The downhill ride profile automatically tracks a run each time a descent is completed, so that ensures that when you're riding back to the top via a shuttle or a ski lift, it won't affect any of your ride stats. Also, you don't have to press the lap button like you did with the Enduro. It already knows when you're at the base and about to head back up to the top, so it's automatically detected and you don't have to touch any buttons. It also will track all of your descents in 5 Hertz GPS. Okay, so you've heard me talk about 5 Hertz GPS now with the Enduro and downhill profile. Again, this is tracked only while you're in those descents portions of the ride. And this also allows you to record location data 5 times more frequently than other cycling computers. So when you're reviewing your ride in Garmin Connect post-ride, you can see better information and precision about the lines that you took on each part of the descent. So now let's take a look at the timing gates feature. Timing gates is new with Edge MTB, and it's really awesome for a variety of different riders, particularly those enduro and downhill riders, but even for someone like me who rides a lot of cross country. So what timing gates allows you to do is you can set several different gates throughout a course. For me, it would probably be a lap-based cross-country course. For downhill and enduro riders, it would be one long run or even those ascents back up. So I will show you how to set a timing gate series and tell you a little bit more about what those benefits are. So from the main page, you're going to navigate down to the Training tab. From the Training tab, there's going to be a new feature, timing gates. So from here, we can create a timing gate series. So it's going to prompt you to hit the lap key in order to set your first timing gate. That first timing gate could be either the start of a course or maybe the start of a run that you're planning. And one note I'll just make is that you have to have it in the position that you plan to ride. So if you're starting, with a quick left, make sure that's a little bit angled to the left. Maybe you're setting a timing gate through one of those switchbacks. Just make sure that it's angled in your direction of travel. So we'll just pretend that I'm setting my starting gate, and I'm going to hold this lap key right here. So right now, assuming that I'm traveling straight ahead on my bike, that's where I want to start that gate. So then once I've saved my last timing gate in the series, I can select either save the series, you can go back and delete your last gate. I've only set one, so it's not giving me the option to delete my last starting gate. Or you can edit and discard the series, or continue creating additional gates. So once you save that series, you can ride it on day one, and then maybe a month later, ride that same series and that same run again and see how your times compare. In real time while you're riding, you can also see all of your split times as you're burning through each of those gates. But then at the end of your ride, you can see what each of those split times, your fastest split times, look like if you were to have your potential best run. So if you pick your top split times for each lap that you did, you can see what your fastest time would be overall. So it's a really useful tool to say, okay, this line worked better than this line on this split, and just being able to better measure your performance. Some other features for Edge that are going to be really awesome for this mountain bike customer are mountain bike dynamics. So that includes grit, which is the difficulty of a trail, and then flow, which is how well you rode it. So the difficulty of a trail, so that grit measurement, can account for hard turns, rocky terrain, and all of those different things. And then flow is how quickly you were able to get over all those technical features and turns. So again, just another way that we're better measuring the performance for mountain bikers overall. Included in Mountain Bike Dynamics, you also get things like jump count and your hang time. So how many jumps you had throughout an entire course, as well as how long you were in the air. In terms of navigation, Edge MTB has preloaded topoactive mapping, so if you're going out for a road or gravel ride, you can still take Edge MTB with you and get some navigation. However, for mountain bikers, you will also have preloaded TrailForks mapping that you're probably already familiar with on some of our existing edges. The benefit of Edge MTB is that we're going to have some enhancements when you come to a fork in the trail. So our Forksight mode is going to give you even more information about a trail, including the trail names, trail difficulty, distance of the trail, distance back to start from the trail, and you can see the elevation profile as well. So these are really useful if you're riding in unfamiliar areas, and it's all on the device for free. So we've talked a little bit about what you see when you're finished riding for your enduro profile, downhill profile, and things like timing gates in your post-ride summary. One additional thing that you might see if you're riding trails is the trail difficulty breakout. So you can see how long you were spending on certain blues, greens, or even black diamond trails while you're riding. So it's just a good indicator to see how much time you were either under stress or maybe taking a more flowy trail with your friends. If you want to make sure that somebody back home or maybe waiting for you at the base of the mountain knows where you are while you're riding, you can set up the Livetrack feature. So Livetrack can be set up in Garmin Connect, but you can double check that it's enabled on your device for each of your ride profiles by going down to Safety and Tracking, all the way down to Livetrack, and then you can see if you want it to be auto start, so when you start your ride, they'll automatically get that notification, or if you want to start it manually. And you can also see all of the recipients that you've preset to get that Livetrack link. You can also get incident detection whenever you're out on a ride, again with those pre-enabled contacts. So if you scroll back up through your Safety and Tracking tab, you can see incident detection, and it's enabled for all of my ride profiles. So if I have a crash or just some sort of incident occurs while I'm riding in my enduro profile, downhill profile, or any of these other ones, a message will be sent to my emergency contacts alerting them of my incident. So now you've heard a little bit about Edge MTB and what makes it so awesome for mountain bikers. I think you're ready to hit the trail. Thanks for watching, and for more information, please visit Garmin.com.